Guys, what's going on? I know you're not usually used to seeing me like this, but I am filming today from my hotel room in Fukuoka. I'm in Japan right now. I've been there for about 4 days. I just came in from Okinawa. So I'm having a good time. It's been difficult to film content. One, because I don't think people like cameras being shoved in their faces. So filming your everyday content is a bit difficult. Although, if you want to see some stuff, I've put some stuff on my story on Instagram. So if you follow me on Instagram at Royal Mike Hollow, you'll be able to see some stuff there. I'll see if I'll be able to capture anything else, but I want to be respectful of the Japanese public. So I've been very conscious in not whipping out my phone when I'm talking to people or walking around. I know there's been some stuff happening with Tekken. I know you guys, again, are not used to seeing me in this fashion. Usually it's a bit of gameplay and I will be talking over it. Don't have that much time to edit today because I'm going to the gym soon, and then the boys want to go shopping. They want to go and see some temples and see Fukuoka properly before we go over to Osaka. So I'm going to talk about a couple of things that I've seen going on here with regards to Tekken 8. And yes, Frame Whisper, I literally just watched your video. My friend sent it over to me. Maybe we can do a live stream while I'm in Japan. I'll stream from my phone. If not, then I'm coming back to the UK on the 6th of May. So we'll be able to do something then. And I'll get in touch and I'll drop you my Discord name. Although my Discord name is Midnight Rubbish Mike. So if you see this, that's what it is. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was this update that Tekken has done. And it's the Tekken Prowess thing. Now, the Prowess thing I never really understood. It was something that was implemented in Tekken 7. And I shrugged it off because it just like some fancy numbers to entice people to play. You know, when people see numbers going up, they want to play more. It never made sense to me because you already had a rank, and so I was a bit like, doesn't really make any sense. It seems like this update has made it so that the game is focusing on your prowess. So if you've got, say, 230,000 prowess, then you might get matched up against somebody that also has that, but it doesn't necessarily reflect what kind of skill they are. The problem here is that the game is now incentivizing you to play one character. Basically, when you play Tekken 8 and you use multiple characters in ranked, the game inflates your Tekken prowess. What that means is that if you're like a Feng Wei player, for example, but you pick up Jack, Paul, some other characters and you play them on ranked, your Tekken prowess will go up. It won't necessarily reflect your skill level. That's an issue because if you're trying to climb the ranks and learn, and it's inflated your prowess, it's going to match you up against people that might be Tekken God Supreme, or God of Destruction, whatever those ranks are called, the ranks that are much higher than yourself. And it's very difficult to learn that way because as you learn in Tekken, you fight people that are similar to your rank. If it's forcing you to fight people that are just going to run you over, you're not going to learn anything. I mean, Tekken's already hard enough to learn on in the first place. For them to do that, it's going to make it impossible for people that are like, say, Fujin rank, who want to go up, but they're going to be fighting Tekken gods. So it's made that very difficult. It's also kind of taken away the ability for people to enjoy multiple characters on ranked. I know some people like playing. For example, I will play Feng Wei, but every now and then I'll want to play Paul Phoenix. Now, my Paul Phoenix is not very good. It's not anywhere near close to the level of my Feng Wei. And the unfortunate reality now is that my Paul Phoenix will have to face the competition of my Feng Wei. And so I won't get to learn at the rate that I usually would get to learn at. Tekken is already considered the deep end of fighting games. You jump into Tekken, and because there's so many moves and so many mechanics and the way characters interact with the stages, there's a lot to take in and a lot to learn. And it was very important to be able to do that with people at your rank. They already butchered the game in terms of death matches and not incentivizing people to stay on for more than one match. And now they've made it so that you might be forced into a match with somebody that is astronomically stronger than you. And it doesn't really make sense why they would do this. It also makes less sense that they didn't tell anyone. This sort of just happened overnight. Now, I actually experienced this before I left for Japan. I started noticing, because I play a few characters, although Feng Wei is my main character and it's the character you'll mostly only see, I have got a Paul and I have got a Jack, and I started noticing that I was getting matched up against God of Destruction players, which in the moment I was like, I don't really care because I like fighting stronger characters, so for me it's fine. I don't actually care too much about the change personally, but I'm trying to look at this as an objective, from an objective standpoint. Subjectively, I enjoy fighting stronger people, and you guys come to my stream, whether you guys are Tekken Emperor, Tekken God, whatever, it doesn't bother me. I'll fight all of them. But objectively speaking, if I was a new Tekken player and I was at my rank and I got a God of Destruction, I can see why that would turn people off. Harada's messaging and the way this game is being pushed is very, very mixed to me. It doesn't really make sense. On one hand, it feels like they want to hold the players' hands, and on the other hand, it's like they want to punish them. Then he calls players soft, but then also implements systems in the game which will in turn make players soft. So it doesn't really make sense to me why they're doing this. I don't know how it's going to affect the shape of ranked going forward. I don't know if it's something they might revert, if it's something that they're just testing out. I think it's a bit of a silly change, and I think overall it hurts their player base because, again, it's a lot to take in with Tekken, and doing this just means that the new players are going to suffer a bit more. It remains to be seen how this really goes, but I am not optimistic about that at all. It's very, very shady and under the radar to not really announce it either, not really give any logical reason for it, and there's no real logical reason that I can find to force your player base to want to use just one character. It doesn't allow people to express themselves properly, and again, fighting games should be all about how you express yourself, because you're going into the arena against somebody completely different to you who might use your character as well, and you fight completely differently, and you should be able to do that with multiple characters. Rank is a bit of an L for me. It's a bit of a dud. Unfortunately, they seem to have butchered it in terms of the death matches, which is a massive deal for me. It's actually one of the biggest put-offs. One thing I do want to just quickly touch up on, because I like talking to the community. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to get back to a lot of your comments in my comment section, just because I've been traveling around Japan, trying to enjoy this time with my boys. They've all got their own hotel rooms right now, which is why I'm able to do this. We were staying in an Airbnb in Okinawa before, and they were making a lot of noise. Everyone was having a good time, so I didn't really want to say, hey guys, can I film a YouTube video? Didn't really sit right. So now I can address some comments that I've been seeing, because for the next 15 days, every now and then, if I'm on my own, I might be able to get back to them, but largely I won't be able to. So first thing is that I've noticed a few people coming into my comment section commenting on some older videos, like the one and done videos, and me talking about death matches, and me complaining about certain things about Tekken. So I want to make this clear in the video so that people understand what my stance is on these sort of things, and why I make the videos in the fashion that I do. If I didn't like Tekken 8, Tekken 8 would be catching dust the way Mortal Kombat 1 catches dust. I don't play that game. Doesn't matter how many characters they release in it, I've been very firm in it. I am more optimistic for Mortal Kombat 1, don't get me wrong, because of the inclusion of Ermac. If they're able to put more characters into the game like that, I definitely think it will help. For me, it's a done deal though. I'm not going back to it, but I'll remain, open to Mortal Kombat 2 or whatever they decide to call it. But with Tekken 8, I actually like Tekken 8. I do enjoy playing it. If I didn't enjoy playing it, I wouldn't play it. The reason that we discuss these things, the reason that people like myself or Frame Whisperer will bring up these issues, is not because we hate Tekken 8, not because we want to stop talking about it. I even saw Maximilian put out a tweet on the 16th of April, which is around about the time I was leaving for Japan, saying if you don't like it, don't play it, stop complaining, or something along those lines. And I don't really understand this mentality. The reason I don't get it is that the game doesn't change for you. The person that likes the way it is in every single facet, it doesn't change. The shape of the game, the way it is right now, if you like it, it doesn't matter what I say or what some other players say. The reason that we speak on these things is because we enjoy Tekken and we want to see it in a better place. For example, I've spoken quite extensively about the importance of death matches and the importance of implementing modes that incentivize people to play Tekken for an extended period of time. Now, in Tekken 7, you could just one and done. That was a thing. But it was much less prevalent because they had a system in place that would make people want to learn. The reason I push for these things is because I feel like when you do one and done, you take away what makes Tekken a special game. And it's not to say that in Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat or Dead or Alive or Virtua Fighter that there's not room to grow in a ranked set. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is that Tekken has the most mechanics that I've seen of the big fighting games, and it has the most moves, and so it gives you the most opportunity to change your playstyle and learn new things. And I think death matches really incentivize people to stick around and be like, okay, I lost a lot the first 5 games, but I've learned quite a lot here. I'm going to start using these moves in a different fashion. I'm going to start backdashing a bit more. I'm going to start sidestepping. I'll be a bit more defensive, or I'll be a bit more offensive. What Harada's done is he's butchered it in the sense that it's taken away that ability to play the game in that fashion. And now you get a situation where the game is still very, very complex. You know, even though they've dumbed things down with the heat system, the game is still complex. It still has multiple modes of gameplay. And what's happened is you've taken away death matches, and so you can only go up to 2 wins. And most people are like, I'm not going to learn anything in 2 wins. I'm out. And I hear what they're saying, to be honest with you. I do hear what they're saying. I don't do it personally because I still think there's something to be learned. I did a video on this channel not too long ago where a Horang player basically battered me for 2 rounds straight, and it came down to the final hit. And in that final hit, I had like an anime moment, and I woke up and I came back to win the whole set. And I think those things are really cool in Tekken. They happen a lot more in death matches. So I've seen a couple comments, people saying, oh, no one cares about you esports people. First of all, this is very narrow-minded because it doesn't automatically mean that you are into esports just because you want there to be longer matches or you don't want people to one and done. I couldn't give less of a shit about Tekken tournaments anymore, to be honest with you. I used to be into watching them. I did play Tekken Tag 2 tournaments quite a bit, and I went to some Tekken 7, but I'm mostly somebody that sits in their bedroom or goes to their friends' houses and plays it. So when people say these things, it doesn't automatically mean that they are tournament players. That's not what it means. It just means that they enjoy Tekken in a different way to you. And the thing is that by me bringing these points up, it doesn't actually affect your Tekken because you can still one and done. You can still be like, I don't want to play anymore, I'm out. But it allows people like me to enjoy Tekken for what it used to be. And it used to be at least on ranked, it used to be a place where you could meet a randomer. Say I'm playing in England and I meet somebody in Barcelona or Russia or whatever, provided the connection is good. And then we've never met before. He's got a totally unique play style, and I get to just sit there and understand how he plays the game, and you really learn something cool about it. And I think that was really cool that Tekken used to do, and it's just gone now. And so when I bring it up and people are saying stop complaining, if you don't like it, move on, it's not that I don't like the game, it's that I do like the game. I want it to be better. I think it's very unfortunate that Tekken is in the state that it's in right now. It doesn't make anyone that enjoys Tekken feel good. If you see your favorite franchise going down a road that doesn't look particularly good, and you start seeing people insulting it, and you start seeing people review bombing it or whatever it might be, it doesn't fill you with joy. I think that when you start attacking a franchise, or speaking not in the most positive light, people see that and they say, oh, you're jumping on the hype train of negativity and whatnot. But sometimes people genuinely like things and they just want them to be better. They can still like them. You can still like Tekken and still want it to be better. I think this is true for all things. I think it's true when a new film comes out. I'm a big Godzilla fan. Thankfully, the last couple of Godzilla films, they've been really good. I've really enjoyed them. However, if a Godzilla film came out that I didn't like, I would say, hey, look, you need to go back to your roots, fix up what's been going on, and produce a better film. I think there was a time where people were getting a bit sick of Godzilla films, and they were like, oh, this is silly. One big complaint people would make is you focus too much on the humans. That's something that you would hear all the time. And now we get good Godzilla films. I don't know if that's because of people reviewing them poorly in the past, or I don't know if that's because somebody took up the helm at the studios that understands Godzilla. Anyway, that's besides the point. My point is that it's good for people to point things out and make videos about them, and hopefully the developers see them. I understand we're a very, very small pool of people that play Tekken. The people that are more tuned in or like watch my videos, we're a very small pool of people, and so we might not be able to create change in the game, but I think it's possible. I do think that the reason that Ermac got his mask is not because of me. I think it's because of the whole community. I think it's the whole community coming together saying, hey, that is one ugly bastard. Can you please cover him up? He doesn't look very good. And I think NRS heard that and they were like, we've already put our foot in the fire in about 10 different ways. Let's just do something to alleviate that. And Ermac was a fantastic inclusion at MK1. I think they listened to feedback and they just went balls to the wall with the character, and look, the response has been great to it. So that's part of the reason that I think it's important for people to complain. And what I'm going to transition into now is the third and final part that I want to discuss regarding these Tekken updates. My alarm's just going off. Hope that didn't interrupt the video. Is that Knee and Arslan Ash have kind of done a 180 on their stances regarding Tekken, which I found hilarious. Now, if you haven't seen the tweets, I'll put them up on the screen for you guys to see. Hopefully they haven't taken them down. But essentially, it's either one of two things happening here, especially with Arslans. Arslan is either trolling, he's either taking the piss, or they're being dead serious and someone called them from Namco, because Knee and Arslan Ash's names. This is what I think. I'm not saying this happened. I don't have an inside man telling me. Knee and Arslan Ash's name are tied to Tekken, right? When they speak, people listen. You go and look at that Knee tweet. It has over 2 million views. When Arslan tweets something, people listen. They've been very vocal in saying that Tekken 8 is not fun, right? They've been very vocal in calling out Tekken's problems. Then all of a sudden they did a 180, especially Arslan saying, no, don't change this game, I'm locked in, I'm having fun. And Knee basically apologizing for his stance. And I thought that was like, why? First of all, why is Knee apologizing? It's his opinion, Who the people that get offended that somebody wants to call something out, those are the wet blankets. You don't need to worry about those people. If you feel something about something, and I know it's a video game, first world problems, I'm not losing sleep over Tekken not being in the perfect state, but you shouldn't be apologizing to these people, because at the end of the day, your opinion doesn't change anything for them. They're still going to wake up and they're going to play Tekken in the mode that Tekken was in. It changes nothing. A lot of the time, and I don't mean this in a rude way, okay, so there's casual people watching, don't take it that way, it's just how it is. I'm a casual player as well. I know some people in my comments have been saying I'm not a casual player. The level of skill that you are in a game doesn't necessarily mean that you're a pro player, it just might mean you've played the game for a long time. So I'm not attacking casuals when I say this, otherwise I'd be attacking myself. But casual players move on very, very quickly from games. They're not people that lock in because they're not competitive. They don't care that much. It's like we say of the one and done conversation. Casual players don't care about doing death matches and doing the whole set because they don't care about either the essence of Tekken or what it was, or they don't care about winning that much. They're just there for a good time. They want to hit some buttons and go on their way. So for you to apologize because you offended some people, offended as well, is hilarious since it's a video game, is kind of bizarre to me. If you feel that Tekken 8 is not fun, you should stand on that. The reason that I think you took it back is I do think maybe someone at your team, someone at Namco was like, hey, could you stop? Because you've posted quite a few videos of you being a bit, having pushback on Tekken, saying, why are these things happening here? Why are these things happening there? This is just what I believe, by the way, guys. It's not that I know Knee has done this, okay? So don't take it that way. That's what I think has happened here. And same with Arslan. Arslan's one seemed a bit more trolly to me. It seemed like he was taking the piss. I couldn't tell entirely. It's odd. It's odd to do something like that. And then I watched Frame Whisperer's video and I saw him saying that it seemed like people had maybe gotten in contact with him and said, hey, stop doing that. And the thing is that whilst I don't know that happened with Knee and Arslan, I do know that that's happened with other people. I know people, and I'm not going to say any names, but hand on my heart here, I know people from different video games, whether that be Tekken, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, or even some shooting games, where they have not liked something and they have not voiced it because they know that their sponsors are going to get in trouble for it, or they're going to get in trouble. They're not going to get flown out to certain places. They'll get cut off from certain things. And so it's not unusual for players to backtrack like this because of sponsors or because of the actual developer. In this case, it would be Bandai Namco or the Tekken team. So I don't know if that happens, but I don't believe that they're actually having fun on the game. And I do think that they're frustrated. But at the same time, as someone points out in my comment section, Tekken 8 is largely their lifeblood. It's not like, for me, I cover the game on YouTube and I play it, but if the game went away tomorrow, I would just do something else. For that, I'm not saying that they wouldn't, obviously, they're not stupid, but they're very much attached to Tekken. And so to piss off the powers that be, the person that feeds you, the hand that feeds you, I can see why they would backtrack. But again, this is just my speculation. I don't know if that happened. But I did find it weird that both of their tweets were backtracking on the situation. So, like I said, guys, this is a bit of a video that I don't really do on the channel. I don't even know if I'm going to get the tweets in there to edit them. I might just upload this straight from my phone. But I'm sure you guys have seen the tweets of them. I apologize. It's just a very, very hectic time in Japan for me right now. Not hectic in the sense that I'm not having fun, but we're trying to do so many different things that it might be better for me to just upload this raw and let you guys watch it like this, and then hopefully if I get some time, because I do have my laptop, I just didn't charge it, I can do a better video. Now, those of you that are asking me for a Japan vlog, I don't know, I'm a bit wishy-washy about this, because as I said at the beginning of the video, they don't particularly like cameras in their face, and I'm sure a lot of you have seen the Johnny Somali situation. Johnny Somali is a in real life streamer, right, IRL streamer, and he came to Japan and he was very, very disrespectful to them, and I think that has really left a bad taste in some people's mouths. Now, I'm not saying that they're looking at me as a Johnny Somali, but I'm conscious of the fact that people come over here, and it's not just Johnny Somali, it's a lot of different people. You know, there's YouTubers that have covered this, and they put the cameras in their face. And I've got to be honest with you guys, I've been to a lot of places around the world, and these are the friendliest people that I've ever come across, the most accommodating. The first night that I got to Japan, we went into a bar, and we sat down, and the woman was so lovely to us. You know, her English was all right, and we managed to communicate. We started doing some karaoke. We got some Naruto tunes in there. Even the place that we went to yesterday, they were so accommodating, so polite. When I'm walking around the streets, they're very polite. When I've taken a couple of flights, because I'm going from different places, always super polite. It's nothing like London. No offense to my Londoners, but you know what I'm talking about. We're very rude people. We're very standoffish. We don't really talk much. Not like that in Japan. Also, I have been walking around with my tattoos out because it's been very hot, and I do get a couple of looks here and there, but I think because of the way I look, I'm obviously not Japanese. I don't think they've taken as much issue with it. That's been my experience anyway. So I don't know if I'm going to be vlogging. I'm not entirely sure. I might be doing updates like this. Maybe I'll do this from a different location. Maybe when I'm outside. When I'm at Evo Japan, I might upload a video like this. It'll just be a raw video, unedited. Just me talking to you guys. On the topic of Evo Japan, unfortunately, I might not be able to go to it. Now, the reason is that I'm here with 4 other guys. They're in their own hotel rooms right now. Getting ready to meet them for gym. And we have booked to stay 3 nights in Fukuoka, and then they want to go over to Osaka. Problem is that apparently Osaka's very popping. You know, there's a lot of things going on there, and they don't want to leave so soon. And we'd only be in Osaka for about 4 nights, and they want to spend a bit more time there. And they're trying to convince me to stay. Now, if we stay an extra night, I will miss Evo Japan. I know that a couple of my friends from the UK that play Tekken are coming over to Evo Japan, so I'm trying to ask them, is there any like after parties going on? Is there anything, you know, that the FGC does after Evo Japan? Because I don't really go to tournaments like that. This is really my first time in a while. Last time I went to a tournament actually was when I was on holiday in Amsterdam, and it just happened to be the Tekken World Tour. So that was the last time I actually went to a proper big tournament. So I don't know. I'm trying to incentivize my friends to go there. So I've messaged a couple of people asking them, is there any parties going on? You know, that's really what they're interested in. But yeah, I'm going to go to the gym now, guys. I apologize for the video being in this state. Usually I would obviously record a video that is edited and you got gameplay, but it's very, very difficult to do that in Japan right now. But I'll try and do more videos like this. If you guys enjoy it, let me know. And I read your comments. I'll probably address them in video format like I did today. I won't be able to edit things on the screen because of lack of time, but if I manage to get my laptop sorted out, then I'll do that. But other than that, I hope you guys are okay. I'm active in the Discord at night time when I come to my hotel and I'm chilling out. But other than that, you guys will hear from me. So, Frame Whisperer, I did see your video. I'll definitely, you know, hit you back. I don't know if we can do a stream while I'm in a hotel, or if you want to wait until I get back to the UK and I'm at my setup, but we'll do something like that. Other than that, guys, I appreciate all the love on the videos. You guys have been great. If you've got criticisms for me, don't think that like me uploading this video is me saying shut up, don't speak. Of course, like if you still want to push back on something, my comments is always open. I'm not one of those people that deletes their comment section. I think that shit's weird. So by all means, pop your comments in the comment section. Other than that, guys, I'll catch you soon. I don't think I should keep my boys away anymore. So peace out.